Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to this segment of Khoj Gurbani's a-sabad-a-day. And today we will be sitting with the opening of a composition by Guru Arjan Dev Ji. It is called Jaitsari Mahalla Panjwa Var Sloka Naal. So this composition is called a var, that is accompanied by sloks. So in the Guru Granth Sahib Ji, a var is a traditional Punjabi poetic form. Originally, it was used as a heroic ballad and was sung to inspire warriors on the battlefield. The Gurus adapted that into spiritual odes to praise the divine and, in fact, to narrate the soul's inner battle against ego and vices. So that's the adaptation. So it has a beat that is almost martial. There are exactly 22 vars in the Guru Granth Sahib Ji, and while the standard and most common format pairs a pauri, the actual structural foundation of a var, with preceding clarifying verses called saloks, they lay out the issue. But a var does not always have to be combined in this structure. The pauri remains the defining element. For example, Basant Ki Var, also by Guru Arjan Dev Ji, and the var of Satta and Balwand in Rag Ramkali are entirely pauris without any accompanying sloks. So that was just a little overview on what a var is. So this composition has 2 sloks and a pauri. So I will first read it, recite it. Slok Ik oankar Satgur Prasad Slok Aad Puran Madhya Puran Ant Puran Parameswara Simrant Sant Sarvatra Ramanam Nanak Aganasan Jagadiswara. The second slok. Pekhan Sunan Sunavano Man Meh Dridya Sach Pur Rahyo Sarvatra Mein Nanak Har Rang Rach. Now the pauri. Pauri Har ek niranjan gaiya Sab antar soi Karan karan samrath prabh Jo kare so hoi Khin meh thap yu thapda Tis bin nahi koi Khand Brahmand Patal Deep Ravya Sab loi Jis aap bujhaye So bujsi Nirmal Jan soi. So the rendering of the first salok in English would be Aad Puran. It is whole and was whole in the beginning. Madhya Puran. It is whole in the middle. And Ant Puran. It is whole in the end. Such is the nature of the Supreme Being, Parameswara. And the awakened ones, Simrant Sant, they recognize its presence pervading everywhere. Sarvatra Ramanam. Ramanam means pervading everywhere. The universe is soaked with this Prabh. And Nanak says, that sovereign of the world who is called Jagdishwara, which is a synonym for Parmeswara, all conflict is dissolved. Nanak Aganasan Jagadishwara. So this is a statement about the structure of what is reality, what is already established. Reality is whole, not becoming whole, not whole in some places and broken in others. It is whole across all of time, across all of space. So the word being used here is Puran. Aad Puran, a-sabad-a-day. It's worth stopping on this word because in the English language it can lend itself to various connotations, and we need to be careful because the word we choose shapes our understanding of this. So the common translation is complete, which I have chosen not to use because in English, complete carries a quiet suggestion of finishing, as though it were a task completed, a process that ran its course. That is not what Puran means. It actually comes from the Sanskrit Purana, and its primary sense is a sense of fullness, not something that is filled up, which would imply that it was once empty, but that it is full, overflowing, lacking nothing inherently, which is why I have offered the word whole to signify undivided, nothing fractured, nothing missing, nothing pending. And also the fact that whole shares a root in the English language with holy and with heal. To be whole, to be holy, to be healed. They're expressing the same idea, and they fit the resonance here. So Guruji is not using Puran in isolation. The full phrase is Purana Parameswara, the Supreme Being. So there is another reference elsewhere in Gurbani which says Gyan Dhyan Puran Parameswar Prabh Sabna Gala Joga Jiyo, identifying this completeness with the Parmeswar. So Parmeswar and Prabh are not two. The wholeness that holds the cosmos is the same wholeness that is present in you. Parmeswar is a reference more to the transcendence state. The Prabh is within you. So this is not a quality of a distant divine. It is actually the nature of what you already are, the self within, capable, lacking nothing. And the Sant here, awakened ones, awakened beings, also used for the Guru, they have recognized this presence. They haven't had to do anything. It does not have to be built. It does not have to be, it is there. And the recognition, they see the presence pervading everywhere. Once that happens, the fractures within resolve themselves. So in seeing, hearing, and speaking, Pekhan Sunan Sunavano, Man Meh Drida Sach, you establish the truth, which is that the one pervades everywhere, Pur Reho Sarbatra Mein. So in hearing, in seeing, in speaking, these are not special activities that you have to do. This is what you're already doing. Every moment of the day, you see, you hear, you speak. What Guruji is asking us is not to add on another practice to your life. He's saying, Within the normal, natural activities that you're already engaged in, let the truth take root. Dridya such. Let it become firmly established. Okay? Not as a thought that comes and goes, but it's something that becomes anchored, settled, immovable in the mind. So in practical terms, it means when you see, recognize what you're seeing. Don't just see the surface, but see the presence that pervades it. When you hear, recognize what you are hearing. When you speak, let what you say carry the weight of what is real. The truth is within you. Become absorbed in it. So the two saloks form this frame. Reality is whole. The Sant recognize this. You can live inside this recognition. You don't have to leave your life behind by just letting the truth of this presence take root in the ordinary acts of perception that you are already performing. That is what is so revolutionary about Gurbani. And then now the Pauri. In the Pauri, हर एक निरंजन गाइये सब अंतर सोई करण कारण समरथ प्रभ सो करे सो होई खिन महताप उतापदा तिस बिन नहीं कोई खंड ब्रह्मांड पाताल दीप रवया सब लोई जिस आप बुझाए सो बुझसी निर्मल जन सोई. Sing of the one, Niranjan, the immaculate one which is dwelling within. It is the all-capable Prabh, the cause of all causes. Whatever that one does comes to be. So this establishes what it looks like to be in it. The first instruction is Gaya. Let it be sung, not merely thought about. Expression. Singing is total involvement. You cannot sing absent-mindedly. When you truly sing, it requires breath, which means the body is engaged. It requires voice, which means you are present, audible, committed. And it requires rhythm, which means attention, sustained over time, not in a momentary flicker. It requires listening to what you are producing. It is the whole person, lungs, throat, mind, attention. That is what Gaya is. And that is what Naam points to. That is Niranjan. That essentially is the essence of this Pauri. In the final line, it says, Jis aap bujhaye so bujhsi nirmal jan soi. You become nirmal, you become Niranjan, you become awakened when you become fully involved with your senses in perceiving what you are seeing. This is not manufactured. It's already there. Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh.